Jalen, what kept the passing offense going in your mind?
We executed, and I think we played a good brand of football.
Do you think it was not being as conservative?
What's conservative?
AJ had mentioned that he wanted felt like the offense could be a little more open.
Well,
In
they
terms of
opened up
passing
in the
game.
second half.
What was the process like with adjustments in this game? How did that go down?
It was a matter of just figuring it out. I think let me just set the pace here. When you look at a game like that, and you're able to find a way to win. We're gonna point the fingers and point our attention to what's going on on the offensive side of the ball, but we won the game. We were gritty in the game. We stayed together as a team. We did not quit. Nobody gave up. And in competitive sports, that's what it's about. And I'm very proud of that. I'm not proud of how we started the game. I'm not proud of the flow in which we played, the execution and the focus that we had earlier in the game. But I am proud of everybody not giving up and everybody being determined to find a way to win the game. And there wasn't a doubt in my mind that someone was going to make a play on that field goal, especially looking at those two Georgia guys lined up next to each other. And, win, lose, or draw, we were going to look back and be very critical of ourselves, and that's what we would be. And we're very eager to grow, as always, but there's a lot to learn from, a lot to learn from, a lot to learn from, sometimes, and there's a lot to learn from. And I say you either win or you learn, right? But when you win and you feel like you got a lot to learn, you need to come on with the come on.
To that
Did it
point-
help the
to that
offense
point-
to go up tempo a little bit, go no huddle, especially after your first possession when you had the turnover?
I think it's important as offense in general to make it about what you do as an offense and not necessarily the opponent. There are a lot of great defenses, a lot of exotic looks you may get. There may be someone who chooses to attack us in a certain way, and it's about having the built-in things to respond to those things when they come. Playing within the system, playing within your roles, playing within what you're coached to do, and making sure that we're coached to execute it in a advantageous and high leverage way. But also just playing within ourselves. And I think in the second half, when pressure was as high as it was, we kind of just let it loose and went out there and played. And that's the brand of football we played along the years for a long time. So I don't necessarily want to make it harder than what it is. We just got to go out there and execute and play the style of football that we know we can play. And the beautiful part about it is we've been able to play and win in multiple ways, right? We've been able to play defensive games, play well on defense, and protect the ball and win games. We've been able to be very efficient and potent and have a lot of fireworks on offense over time and find ways to win games. We've been able to come back from very, very ugly situations, and it's a dangerous thing. And Coach Sirianni, I'll say, he talks about it's a dangerous thing when a group never gives up, and this group never gave up. And that's what I'm very proud of. And I think a win like this is encouraging, but it also lights a fire under everybody to strive for the level of execution that we want. When we talk about playing for a standard, the standard isn't to produce or to have numbers or certain statistics. It's to execute whatever we're asked to do. And I don't think we did that in the first half. I think we kind of changed our approach in the second half, and that definitely helped us weather throughout the game and make plays the way we did. But it's about execution, in this game. And the way I learned football from Coach Saban, it's about playing to a standard. We play to win. We also play to a standard. And so we can't lose sight of what that is, given all the things that we've been able to do over time.
Jalen, it seemed like on the broadcast you were very vocal with not only your teammates but defensively firing them up. How important was the collaboration with Kevin Patullo arriving together on what works best in the second half?
Well, it was a complete team effort, and I had the reflection of whatever it takes. Um, can if it meant getting out of character, um, given the situation and just trying to do it, because it's the only thing that we ever cared about out there. Go out there and find a way to win the game. And so there's a lot of passion on that field, a lot to learn from on the field, and I think we will. It's always great to be able to navigate a way to find a win. And every week is completely different. We got a great challenge coming up this week, but this is very revealing about our team. Very revealing. A lot to learn from, obviously, but to be able to make plays when you need them the most. There's no such thing as luck. You make your own luck.
You face long fields consistently on your possessions. How did you adjust in how you opened each drive and handle that field position?
We just got to go out there and play. In the league, there is no perfect play, so that's not something that we can chase. We just got to go out there and play. Go out there and play, trust the rules of which we have, make sure we have the right rules in place, and just go out there and play ball.
Today was very revealing about this team. You've been with most of this group for a while now. When you have days like this, what do you learn about this group and your teammates?
It's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting because, you can look back on the game and say, what play will it be? Will this come back and bite us? You can think of all of these things and try and rationalize what happened or why something happened. Ultimately, when you stay in the moment and you play each play as its own, and just go out there and give it your all, show it when the moment needs you to. Man, ain't another group of guys that I want to play with when it comes to that, because there's never a doubt, there's never a quit, and there's always that sense of fight to try and figure it out. And so, we've been talking about taking pride in winning. We take pride in this game, as ugly as it was, and as beautiful as it ended. That's the agony and ecstasy of the game of football. And we learn from it all. But always great to learn after a win.
How did you personally kind of keep it?
Say that again?
How did you personally kind of keep it together, when everything, especially after that first series in the third quarter, you guys are down by 19 points. How did you personally kind of keep it together?
I truly felt it was just a matter of time. We had to really watch the film to be able to assess that. But the confidence I have when we play a type of, football we play, you just got to, go out there and just let it loose and play our game. And then it takes a collective unit to do that.
On the touchdown drive, on the final touchdown drive, there were 2 3rd-and-10 conversions to AJ, tough catches there, and then the touchdown pass to Devontae on 4th down. What was behind those plays, and was there a concerted effort to get the ball to your top guys in those spots?
I really have to watch the film. I know there were a lot of conversations between KP and I in those conversations to try and, get to the best look. But nobody cares how it gets done. It's just a matter of getting it done. And you guys care about how it gets done. I don't. But man, just going out there and finding a way to win, man. AJ, he made some big-time plays. He made some big-time catches. And Smitty made some big-time catches. Fred showed up and showed out when his number was called on. JD on the other side, yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful game, and I think you know, I just take a lot of pride in finding ways to win because that's why you play the game. That's why you play the game. And I also take a lot of pride in playing to a standard too. So once we, kind of look ourselves in the mirror as a team and say this is what we need to be better at. This is how we can approach things differently. This is room for us to grow and aggressively attack those things. There's nothing casual about what's going to happen moving forward. It is there is a very, very, very assertive effort being made to play to the standard, more often. Ultimately, it's about winning ball games, and I'll never lose sight of that. I think this team will never lose sight of that, but it's a great collective team effort, showing up in those crucial moments, the execution by both sides, way to hang in there, and, just a great team effort. So you just want to be great at controlling the things we can and focusing on finding ways to win in the end.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.